Hi guys, and welcome to 2023. I want to start off this year by talking about MPE again. This time it's in a new setting. I will use a slide to point at those things that makes MPE so great for MIDI guitar in its next version. I've heard the argument that, okay, we just want a better tracking. We don't need this MPE stuff. Then I guess you don't understand perhaps what MPE brings to the table. With the next version of MIDI guitar, we have great tracking. But that's mainly on the interpretive side of the software. We need to have some sort of software on the other side that also can do something with the messages that MIDI guitar is sending out. So we need well-written MPE instruments on the other side as well. Let's look at what we're interested in from a guitarist perspective, what features we're looking for to be able to use even with other instruments. Our particular way of bending notes and perhaps sliding notes and stuff like this. Even something like the shimmering effect that comes out of our guitars perhaps never being really in tune. Especially as we're pressing down differently on different kind of tonal combinations all the time. Do we need or do we want those properties also to translate into the instruments? I want to show you at least 3 instruments that work really well together with guitar, and in this case also slide. If we look at something like what Roger Linn has done for his instrument and take presets, say for the Surge XT synth, and use those for MIDI guitar, now we're talking. A combination patch of a pedal steel part and a gently overdriven part. Aftertouch is coming directly from MIDI guitar, so there's no added sort of expression to these patches. These are playable as is. The only thing I'm adding sort of is the CC74 via the breath controller. Let's add another instrument, and now it's time for Roli's Equator 2. And in this case I'm playing both brass and guitar. I play distorted guitar as well, but I'm also using the slide. This would be the main argument for using an MPE instrument. How we can have pitch bend latch on to each note individually. So once you hit a note and start bending it, you have a pitch bend that will follow that note. If you hit 2 notes, they will sound on different MIDI channels, but they will also have different pitch bends following them independently. In the next clip, keep an eye on those small dots moving in the horizontal level, how they're not completely in unison or how they're not completely moving in sync. That's a visual representation of pitch bend effect being applied. register some guitar likeness in the sounds right now. Applying these to another instrument will have partly the same effect. It also sounds natural to apply this to horns, for instance. This is now a 3-layered instrument. On the bottom I have Surge XT. This is the pedal steel guitar. I'm controlling that sometimes with sustain pedal, so it's on hold sometimes and leaves fractions of sounds left behind to play over. In the middle I of course have the Equator. I had the horns right now, and on top I have Modartt Pianoteq 8. This would be the nylon string guitar that I've modified somewhat to sound less of an acoustic guitar. But in the next clip I have the horns exchanged for trumpets, muted trumpets instead, so it will be sort of an ensemble of muted trumpets that also are controlled with these sliding motions. Next clip, it's a Christmas special, hence the attire. I have created a polyphonic Faux MPE instrument from a monophonic instrument that I had in Kontakt earlier. And this is the GR-300. This is the Pat Metheny sound, but it was super monophonic and I couldn't do much with it. But now I've stacked a few of those on top of each other and I'm sending on different channels and I'm letting the software do its work. I'm not using any slide here, but you'll see from the bends and stuff like that that it works really well. I have the acoustic samples, V-horn sax on top in MPE mode, and I have the Modartt Pianoteq acoustic guitar here as well. The argument for MPE in the next version of MIDI Guitar is of course that you can also start using guitar-like gestures, so to speak, to control the virtual instruments that you're playing. It's not like any previous virtual guitar instrument doesn't sound nice. Trying to use your guitar like a guitar while using those instruments, you're sort of mucking up the input. Of course, I would like a model instrument that sounds like the soft nylon guitar, but is controllable as an MPE instrument. But we're not there yet, so the instruments we have at hand right now are beginning to sound like instruments and that we can control and that we can sort of be creative with. And the things that I find fascinating would be to actually bring specific guitar-like gestures into other instrument areas so that I can find what synths work fine with, say, slides and sort of every kind of bend, because every synth won't work like that, of course, even with a good MPE implementation. Those sounds are not perhaps made for that. I just wanted to sort of invite you on this journey towards new sounds and sound making with a new type of controller. This for me is something like the feeling I had when I started out with the Roli keyboard. I couldn't get everything to work for me, but those things that did was really exciting, and so is this. So hopefully this will be a great 2023 for all of us. See you later.